20 plus years ago, three boys from the mean streets of Sandy, Oregon all found themselves thrown together at one of the toughest institutions known to man, Sandy High School. Jacob, straight out of the homeschool wilderness of Cherryville Road. Brandon, survivor of the Cedar Ridge trenches. And Matt, freshly escaping the emotional damage of a factory known as Boring Middle School. The year was 1999. A simpler time. Back when Riz didn't exist, gas was cheap, and frosted tips were still considered acceptable behavior. It was here we learned the important things in life. Personally, how to barely pass a class. For all of us, how to make questionable decisions with confidence, and to convince ourselves that we definitely knew what we were talking about. Spoiler alert, we didn't. In fact, if anything, we may actually know less now than we did back then. So naturally, with our strong friendship still intact, we did what everyone with $100 and a solid internet provider does. We started a podcast. Welcome to Qualified Nonsense, the show where three childhood friends with absolutely zero credentials answer your life questions, overanalyze random thoughts, tell stories we probably shouldn't, and somehow turn every conversation into a poop joke. Whether it's bad advice, stoner thoughts, questionable wisdom, or childish nonsense, we're glad you're here. My name is Matt.
My name's Jake.
I'm Brandon.
And this is Qualified Nonsense. Good evening, gentlemen. Good day.
I'm certain that I knew this information in the past, but I keep forgetting, I guess, that you went to Boring Middle School.
Yeah, it was like 40 fucking minutes away from my house.
Why did you go to Boring?
Boundary lines.
Gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering. Hey, but you guys lived in Sandy.
In Sandy proper. I'll tell you what. Anybody that knows Joe Ellis, if you want to see him like thoroughly pissed off, rewind, because my dad worked for a school district in Gresham, and he attended all those meetings. If we literally lived across the street, I could have gone to Cedar Ridge, and he...
I mean, you could walk to Cedar Ridge from your house.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it doesn't. My dad, like, Joe could have killed somebody.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
Because that's not it's not a short distance to Boring.
No, it was 35, 40 minutes of a bus ride.
That's
terrible.
Crazy.
So, can your parents, or can you enroll a child into any public school, or is that not allowed?
I think you have to like have an address to use. Like in theory, I guess I could have used Ryan's address, but we didn't. We took the moral high ground and didn't lie.
So now, and I don't know what it is in your neck of the woods, Matt, but now, at least in Durham, there's like a whole lottery system. So basically, like if you are districted for a particular school and you can just go there. But if you want to go to a different school in Durham Public Schools, which is a decent area, you can lottery into different schools. But it's super weird, and it feels sketchy because it's like very clear that some people get into schools that they know somebody or something. So it's not like an actual lottery. It's sketchy.
Well, I'm a gambling man. I put my kids up as collateral and see if I could win.
Well, right. And like for whatever reason, like it's all Durham public schools, but some schools are very clearly more well financed than others. And so it's
interesting.
I don't know. It's pretty dicey. But speaking of school lines, we are in walking distance of our school, but the street behind us is the cutoff. And there are people who are within walking distance of the school that are not a part of Durham Public. I mean, Hope Valley Elementary. And it's crazy.
It is a bummer, and like I understand that at a certain point you have to draw a boundary and say you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
But when it's in an area where people could walk to the school, I don't know. Like it just
doesn't compute for me.
I liked going to Boring Middle School. That was fine. like I met a lot of cool people, friends that transferred over to Sandy that I wouldn't have met otherwise. But it just, I don't know. It just seemed like, it just seemed very petty to draw the line there and be like, nope, sorry.
Listeners, it's difficult to describe how close Matt lived to Sandy.
Well, I walked to high school, which was further away.
Yeah. It seems crazy.
Is your parents' house still in the boring school district?
That's a good question. I don't know. Never followed up with it.
I imagine boring's big enough now. Like Sandy has grown so much that it's probably changed.
Yeah, how do they not have, I mean, I know they got a new high school, but how do they not have a different middle school? Like in Ridgefield, we are just now getting next year a third elementary school, and they're roping back.
Didn't they take over the high school in Sandy?
Yeah, I think Cedar Ridge closed, and
yeah, I think Cedar Ridge isn't the thing right now.
They moved into the asbestos building. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully they took all that out.
I mean, it was shut down. I'm sure they did remediation. I'm sure they did. Sandy seems like a responsible local.
But what about the grade
to
school? I
take
mean,
care of that.
when I went to the grade school, it felt even like it was from the 50s, which I'm pretty sure it was. It was just like one upper, one lower. Everything had wooden hallways. It felt like an asylum, really.
Yeah.
Is the grade school, like, do they have multiple grade schools now, or just the one? The Bobcats?
It looks like Sandy Grade is still the same building.
That's wild.
Nice. I'm just looking now.
Well, our Indonesian listeners probably really like this.
Yeah, open up Google Maps or Bing Maps, whichever you prefer, and check out Sandy. Because wait, this is crazy because you lived on the other side of Sandy. You like if you like draw a circle around downtown Sandy, you lived on the mountainside.
I know. Brandon somehow got to go to Cedar Ridge, and he lived all the way up the mountain.
Well, but that's because where else was he going to go?
Home.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
That's what you did.
Does Welch's have a middle school or just a grade school?
Ooh, good question.
They must have a. Oh wait, actually, I didn't go to middle school, so I don't know. But who was at Cedar Ridge?
I'm going to be up there for my dad's 70th pretty soon, so I'll take a peek.
Well, it looks like they do have a middle school.
This is riveting.
Top-notch education.
Yeah, this is thrilling
riveting
content. Looking up schools that are in our old school district.
We've got
making all the stay-at-home moms all hot and bothered talking about school districts. Ooh, these guys know things.
We've got a brewmaster, former host, co-host, guest co-host, listener that I'm sure he's gonna listen to this episode being like, "What the fuck? All right, let's go."
I've never yet turned your episode off, but I'm really close.
Speaking of middle school, I think being a middle school teacher would probably be the worst section of students to teach.
That's the worst time of life for those kids too.
I mean, but that's the thing. You could make it like better.
Because there's like a bunch of like angsty kids with erections walking around and just like being like, fuck you. And it's like, oh, come on.
It's like you were in grade school a year ago. And
yeah.
Do you think how different do you think it is? I mean, I think certain rural areas, like I've got a 12 or 13-year-old niece who sometimes tells us about how
I thought you were talking about your own kids. I was like, you don't know how old your own kids are.
No, it's
he's
my
like 12 or 13,
and she's cool, but she like tells us a little bit about school, and we're like, ooh. But I think I wonder how much it's changed since bullying has become so taboo. And I know some like comedians are like, we should bring bullying back and whatever. But like, I wonder how much it's changed. Seeing as how it's like institutionalized as being no longer like a boys will be boys sort of thing or girls will be girls. It's more like
now they just bully each other online.
Yeah. They don't really do anything in person.
Yeah.
They all just like mill around outside for PE. Our school district is going physical education and what is it? Music? Yeah, physical education and music 1 day a week next year. I was like, you want these kids to move around once? Cool. All right.
I mean, that's what the schools are here. They've got every day they've got specials. So every week they have PE, music, art, library, Spanish. That's 5, right? Sometimes
Your kids do Spanish?
Yeah, more
Damn.
than half the school population is Hispanic, or not Hispanic, Latino.
We don't do that up here.
Yeah, ESL
That's
is
incredible.
like a huge
Good.
is a huge portion.
That's
of,
cool. That's good.
Yeah, it is cool. My youngest though, he really likes it, but he doesn't know all of the words, so he just comes home and like makes up gibberish that sounds like Spanish, and I'm like,
You're like,
you can't do that.
But you also can't confirm or deny that they're not real words at this point.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know.
It's
Been a
it's
while
just a
since
little.
your
It's just
old
a
man
little.
was there.
It's just a little too close to orale, and I'm just like, maybe not.
What are you gonna do if he comes out of his room one day with just like the
With
top
just
button?
the top
It's like,
button.
Yeah, he's just
hey,
like,
Pops. The cape.
"Ole, vato." He like comes
did
home
see-
with like a like a tattoo of the drama faces, like the happy and sad clown face things. And
Like long khaki shorts and white tube socks pulled all the way up.
Hell yeah!
Hey. I did see recently it was a video of this kid who was filming himself in his room, and he was like, he must have just been middle school age, and he was so pissed off, and I don't know what was going on or the context of it, but he's like, you guys say we're such a soft generation. We're such a soft generation. It's like, all you guys were all upset that you had to drink out of a water fountain from with a black guy. I was like, oh, and it cut, and it was like this black influencer, and he's like, look, little man, you got a lot, respect where respect's due, but I was like, yeah, he's got a point.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, like that's what the braver of the left sort of comedy rhetoric is, to be able to say, like, you know, like clapping back with this generation is soft sort of stuff, and also like the right in general, like the whole, you know, sensitivity and you know, cancel culture, all of that nonsense. There's an awful lot of sensitivity out there on both sides of the aisle, so like everybody should just calm down a little.
I don't know.
Bunch of
Yeah,
snowflakes.
I was thinking about that the other day, about how, like, I don't know, it does feel like there's, I don't know, within the last 15, 20 years, there's like a intergenerational sort of culture war kind of thing, like who had it the best, or this generation. So like that kind of stuff where, you know, like if you, like every meme I feel like that I saw on Facebook was like, I'm Generation X. We used to drink out of the garden hose. I'm a millennial. We used to drink out of the garden hose. I'm a boomer. We used to drink out of the garden. Like, it's like you're all saying the same stuff, and it's.
So I think I was thinking about this also, and I wonder how much of it has to do with the fact that we've got the internet. Because like before, whoever the older generation were the people who had the voice, who could get their quotes printed in newspapers, sort of idea, like that was the predominant sentiment coming from, like, because it's always been like the older generations, like we did it better, you kids are so, you whippersnappers are so whatever it is, lazy or whatever. But now that everybody has the same platform, you said Facebook, like everybody can just fling shit and there's no recourse, and it doesn't have to be valid. It's just bullshit.
You can still tell like the generational thing, because like your grandparents will go on Facebook and fling shit, but they'll sign it like a card and be like, this is Matt Ellis, and it's like, good day, like, and they'll still sign off. It's like, okay.
I love text messages that end with a who it was from. That warms my heart.
It does give me a little bit of a chuckle of like, yeah, they don't get it.
Although I do have to say though, Brandon, when you're like, oh yeah, I can't believe these people I saw on Facebook, and I was like, well, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been on Facebook in a while, but I don't know,
Well, that's right. You shut down your accounts. I like that we're trying to get this show to trend, and none of us. Matt, you use.
I'm
social
still
media.
here. I get all my recipes on Facebook. I guess that doesn't make me any better.
Speaking of which, have you
know
guys
what?
seen...
I saw a good cowboy butter the other day that I was going to share with you guys. It's like...
Have you seen Matt?
I got a one pot recipe that.
Have you seen this guy Matt with the flat back? I think it's Matt. He makes Mexican food.
Matt with a flat back.
Yeah, that's the handle. Matt with a flat. No, it's not that.
I'll send it to me after we're done here.
Well, everybody should go check out the guy who makes really good Mexican food. Good-looking Mexican food.
That doesn't narrow the scope on Facebook.
I know, but you're right. The thing is, like, all those cooking stuff, all the cooking videos I could watch, just like I scroll through those. I feel like
I almost want to create another Facebook profile just to troll, because I feel like that's all it is anymore. Of like, for example, the White House profile. Even the White House will post like the controversial thing of Donald Trump like healing somebody looking like Jesus. I was like, I thought it was fake. I thought it was a satire. I thought it was nope. They do that shit. I'm going to create one that's just like aliens are real. And I can monetize off of that just by getting all these psychos to be like, you know what? This guy's he's got a point.
I knew it. This guy's legit.
The other day on Mother's Day, we were kind of clowning on my mom, and I know she listens, because she was talking about, she was like, when's Titanic 2 coming out? And we're like, what? Like, how is there a sequel to Titanic 2? That doesn't make any sense. And she's like, no, it's like Jack Returns or something. I saw it. And we're like you fell for something fake.
Oh, no.
And she's like, no, I'll look it up. Yeah, I think she realized it was fake. But
well, I mean, my dad listens.
Slop is
my
rough.
mom and dad both listen, and they know that they've been caught in the, like, at a certain point you get to an age, and it's just the advancement of technology. At some point, right, like for the listeners that can't see, I'm making a graph with my hands. You know, when your ability will crest technology at some point, and then technology will lapse you, and it just kind of all goes downhill after that. And our generation's very close. I've almost been duped by AI videos before, and I was like, I don't know, something just feels off about this. And then you fact check it. But the individuals that don't know how to fact check, or don't know that fact checking is a thing, or doing any sort of due diligence, like my dad had brought something up to me a long time ago, and I forget what it was, but I was like, that's 100% not real. He's like, no, it's right here. And it's like, oh, it was the mechanical horses on YouTube that he saw. And I was like, you know what? That is a pretty convincing video, but that's not a thing. The like animatronic horses that you can ride. I was like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. I was like, think about what you're saying out loud, right? And I know we're living in an age where most anything is possible, but like, just think about what you're saying out loud. That's not a thing. We're going to get to that point at some point, you know? We're going to get to the point where it's like, I don't know. My kid might really be in a Mexican prison. I should give him $100 to get out.
Yeah, no, that stuff is scary. I hate that that's a thing. And with AI generated videos, I'll send this group called Corridor Digital, they did a podcast where they brought their parents on and helped them identify or like helped give them the tools to identify AI videos. Cool. Anyway, I'll share it because it's really, I mean, it's cool because they're a bunch of visual effects artists, so they sort of know from a technical standpoint how to sort of ID certain things. And one of the things that they talk about is right now there's a physical limitation to creating AI videos. Basically, you can only do it in very small chunks before the AI model just breaks down. And I'm sure you've seen it, like maybe someone like pouring a drink and then suddenly there's like a ton of ice cubes and a ton of liquid or whatever, and it like blows, it like starts looking real and then it goes like way out of proportion and
it goes off the rails.
That's because basically the hardware runs out of memory and then it shits the bed. And what you look out for is these trailers or these videos that have like very short clips, because from a physical limitation, computers can't handle more than that. But we're going to get to a point, probably in not too long, where the actual computers can handle much bigger projects, in which case it's going to be, it's already with the short clips, it's really tough, and it'll get worse as technology advances.
I guess, like, what is the, like, making videos that trick people? If you have an AI company, like, how do you monetize that? Like, what is the, like, I've been reading things that, like, a lot of businesses are kind of finding the current available AI technology that we have is not exactly like, a lot of businesses were like sold and hyped up on it, but they're finding that it's not really much more helpful. So, like, how do these companies make money from, you know, people making fake videos or just using it as a chat bot to cure loneliness or whatever? Like,
yeah. So it's interesting because software. So taking a step back, software, when computers sort of first came out, what you would do is you would buy a piece of software and you would have a CD or a thumb drive or whatever it was, and then you owned that piece of software and would get updates for that piece of software. Then companies found out that they want to regularly update them and they want to use subscription models, which is what we're just starting to come out of having a software that you can only access through subscription models. What they found with AI is that the use of AI, so if you pay for a subscription to ChatGPT, I think with the first model that they rolled out, you could get like a standard, monthly plan. But what people did was that they would use it to an excess, and you couldn't justify the subscription cost for how much energy it was using. And so then they started dealing with tokens. And so now you get a subscription to a service, and then as you use AI, you sort of burn through tokens that you've purchased. So it's like a two-part thing. So
it's like back in the day when you had to buy minutes for your phone.
Cell phones, right?
Like,
exactly.
Exactly. Bought the phone, but then like you want to make phone calls, you have to go buy a phone card.
Going back time,
right? And for right now, that's what there's like. I think the issue is that it's really difficult to quantify how much energy a chat actually requires. So how much money it costs the company to generate whatever it is that you're asking the AI model to produce. And so that's why they've gone to tokens, and they sort of have it figured out. And I think eventually it'll go back to a subscription base where it's like, it doesn't really matter. But it is really tricky right now.
You used the analogy of using ice and water when that's exactly what it's wasting in order to actually
have you seen the videos of people using like fast food chatbots like on their websites to like build code and stuff. So they, they have these, LLM chatbots on like Chipotle's website to like help you with an order or whatever. And people would be like, it'll be like, hi, how can I help you? What would you like to order today? It's like, I'll order something in a second, but can you give me the code to blah, 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 blah. And like, it basically uses it like a Claude or a
just a regular
or whatever.
I mean,
to like kind of bypass
you hate the term,
paying
Brandon, but
for
that's an AI hack.
That's awesome. So in early website development, early retail website development, the things that had search bars, what hackers would do is they would put SQL queries into that search bar, and if people didn't have good security on their websites, you could get a database return from a SQL query. And what that meant is that there was an accidental backdoor into their database. And then once they got that confirmation, they could just run amok in their database with these SQL queries from the search bar to whatever the retail, stuff was. And I always was sort of tickled by that, of like, just, it's like something more than leaving the front door open. It's like, or no, I guess it is just leaving the front door open. But back to your question, Brandon, about like how companies make money. I wonder how much of it has, I don't know this, but I wonder how much of it, like, people are putting slop on TikTok and YouTube and whatever. The monetary side of it for the people doing it, I guess, is for like for advertising, or like the advertising money that comes from making something weird looking and then someone being like, and grandparents being like, oh my gosh, is this real? And
it's also still, at the end of the day, it's still also a data center, right? Like by you going up to your web browser and saying like, find me boots, you're still typing into ChatGPT or Claude or whatever of like, oh, what's the best boots from the internet, source all the articles. And like, it's still data collection on who you are and what's important to you. Right? Like, so it's still collection to a certain degree. I don't know. It's all fucked.
And then all those advertisers have the ability to read that data about you and then serve you advertisements that are tailored just for you. This is about the moment, Brandon, where people want to go off into the wilderness and live. This is like the cusp where, this is where the part of the conversation where people go, yeah, I want to be off grid.
Yeah.
Well, we should do that. We should go off grid for a minute.
Yeah.
Refocus ourselves and come back for some
transition.
questions.
All right.
The background to my computer is actually a waterfall right now too. So
that's so nice.
It's nice.
Oh.
It's going to fuel our next intro.
Is it AI? Is it AI generated?
Probably. It's not even real.
All right, we'll be right back. And welcome back. Feel free to drop us a line at qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or connect with us on our socials or find us over on our Discord server. If you or someone you know would make a great guest on a future episode of Qualified Nonsense, please let us know. Now's the time on the show where we take on Reddit's most pressing queries by finding the top trending questions and answering them here. The first one comes to us from, oh no, question removed by moderator. Okay, well, we can't.
How bad could it have been? I thought Reddit was a free-for-all.
Well, the question is, so I won't be able to read any of the replies or their username, but I guess we can just talk about it. What's a disgusting habit that you secretly think is actually 100% normal?
Why would a moderator remove that?
What subreddit was on? Maybe it was against their policy.
It was on
or something.
Ask Reddit. Yeah.
It seems like a relatively benign question.
Well, I guess well, okay, so the question is asked by Psychological Sky 58. I can't see the comments. The question was the post was removed, but I can actually read the replies.
I wonder if
All right,
the
read the question one more time.
OP was in some way banned for doing something else in the subreddit.
Could be. Okay, so the question is, what's a disgusting habit that you secretly think is actually 100% normal?
We talked about it either last time or the time before, last episode or the episode before.
Picking your nose and eating
picking
it.
nose, like getting no, not eating it. No, I didn't say that.
But yeah, that's not what I meant to say.
Oh, my mic cut out. No.
This damn AI is talking for me.
No, I mean, when you have to go in deep and pick your nose, sometimes I've got caverns here, and there's bats in the cave. Often, so that.
Yeah,
I think like blowing your nose really loud in public is kind of disgusting, but it's a normal thing. Like you need to do it, but like
Well,
the people that are like they just get some juicy ones, and you're like, dude, we're at a fucking restaurant.
Yeah, at a restaurant
like,
for whatever reason is a lot.
And I think it's more of a like
well, they're doing it in
people
a
that
place
have
with
no
cloth
shame.
napkins.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys, if you see that, so follow-up question that if you guys see that happen, do you also think like they do wash these, right? Like
oh yeah. I mean,
I think a lot of restaurants like have a laundry service that picks up the towels and everything.
But it's also like, where was this one previously? What other restaurant uses a like ambient white napkin?
How often have you seen lipstick on a glass?
Yeah. I mean, you're
more curious about than anything
eating
else.
off of a spoon or a fork that's been in thousands of people's mouths, and you're, just kind of hoping that it's clean.
In New York, my very first job in New York was this Asian fusion restaurant, and they were not doing well,
right?
And they had really elaborate garnishes, like carved garnishes, and they would reuse them. Like when people wouldn't mess them up, they would like take them back and like pluck them from the eaten from plate and put them on. And we had a server that was like, English was his second language, and he was like he was a busboy, and he was out there, and the person was gonna take it, and he goes, no, we reuse those. And the table was like, what? And the manager's like, no, we don't. It was like such a train wreck. And I just sat there being like, oh my goodness. New York.
This is probably going to make me sound like a douche for saying this, but if it was any other restaurant outside of an Asian restaurant, I would probably be surprised. But it's just like,
you definitely sound like a douche for that.
Like just like, oh, reuse it.
No. Listen, restaurants are the filthiest place. You guys know this, but like restaurants are the filthiest places. Like you can have. I mean, if you don't have 100% on the door, there's rat shit somewhere.
Are you talking about New York specifically, or in
the United States? No, anywhere. Like restaurants are disgusting. You can have good food.
I've delivered beer to plenty of restaurants where I would not have eaten a salad from. The bars that we were delivering to are not like fine dining. Actually, we had a couple of fine dining establishments.
Do you remember that vegan place in St. John's that was right across the bridge? On St. John's side, that guy would always lick his fingers as he was making sandwiches.
So fucking gross.
White guy, dreadlocks, licking his fingers after he put hummus all over his sandwich. You're like, I'm still gonna eat it. Pretty sad.
I mean, the dreadlocks in general are a risk for just like flaking off of just dirty shit.
I'm sorry, we got off topic. That's my fault.
No, I think that's along the same lines of like, what's a disgusting habit? I think, yeah. What do you guys got?
What about like scratching? Like, have you ever, when you have like especially at work, But if you have like an itch like deep in your cheeks, I hate that. It doesn't happen often, but
Your butt cheeks?
yeah. Do you guys ever have? Maybe I'm alone. Maybe I'm on my own island here.
Well, do you itch and then go? Or
I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, like if you do have an itch in a sensitive area,
Yeah,
then
sure. Any sensitive area.
it's kind of hard to
Discreetly.
tactfully,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we need to go back on
Get
one of
at
our
it.
previous episodes and give this guy some validation that the girl wanted to break up with him over. Is like he was talking about picking his nose and then scratching his junk. It's like sometimes you just got to do it, man.
No, he wasn't scratching his junk. He left his hands in the front of his pants.
Well, that's right. Well, maybe he was too
Probably-
embarrassed to bring him out because they would have smelled bad. He was
Probably
just being considerate.
Diddling his, yeah.
I mean, there's peeing in the shower also that I think everybody does, and
No.
No, never. No. Who does? No. That's disgusting. Fucking animals.
What? This is the person who just said while they're at work they might scratch their ass and then smell it, but then when you're in a already cleaning environment that things are going down the same drain, in fact, that the poop goes down just a foot away.
Well, 2 out of 3 of us work from home, so we can. We have that luxury.
yeah,
Sure, rub it in.
I don't know. I think everybody pees in the shower.
Except for Matt.
I was being facetious.
Oh,
Of course I
okay.
do. What about number 2ing and then stomping it down the drain?
Yeah, that's
It's in
100%
between your
normal.
toesies. I'm trying to think of other disgusting things.
The question is disgusting things that are totally
Well, what's
normal.
a disgusting habit that you secretly think is actually 100% normal? So habit,
I mean, people that
is-
like
I
bite
mean-
their nails. I think it's kind of gross, but like plenty of people do it.
Yeah.
yeah, or like smoking, or
Yeah.
I mean, there are like behaviors that like are kind of looked down upon that we've already kind of talked about, like blowing your nose and all that, but that's not really like a habit.
Spitting. Spitting's a habit that's
Yeah,
My
pretty
wife
gross.
absolutely hates it.
yeah.
I think it's really strange. I used to be a big spitter. Because in part I think I just had a lot of allergies, and so I always had congestion,
Hawk Tua over here.
and I hawk to it all the time.
Just got into swallowing finally.
Yeah. Now it all goes down the hatch, but
Because
well,
of your
but that's a
other
good
belly
point.
habit,
Like,
your
'cause-
chew habit, your chaw.
yeah, my chaw. We should do a chaw episode where we have a big wad in our.
How
You
many how many
Lips
zins
while
we
we're-
can pack in every 5 minutes before we all yak?
Oh my God!
Before we have to go to the
that is-
hospital.
I think a disgusting, like, it's something that everybody does, but not everybody has the same considerations. So it might fit in that. But it's like people that don't deflect or try to block a sneeze. I feel like I know way too many people that will just openly sneeze and not do anything. They'll be like, granted, I live with young kids, but like I know adults that are doing this. And I was like, you can't go like this, or you can't turn, or you can't put your any sort of like barrier or brace or deflection. It's like, God damn, dude.
Yeah,
Just let it all just
I mean, sometimes they
Wow.
sneak up on you, but like for the most part,
Since you guys are
You should be able to-
dads, do you do the loud dad sneeze?
yes.
yeah.
You do
It
you
is-
do too. You just don't
it
know
is-
it yet.
It is my right as a dad.
I feel like, I could kind of control the sound of my sneezes, but it just feels more satisfying when you just do a big like like just like
Achoo. Yeah.
A big one, and you don't shit your pants at the same time. You're like, yeah, that was a good one.
It's like something to celebrate about. Like, hey, I didn't shit
I
myself.
won that one. Won again. What are some of the answers? You said you can see the answers?
yeah, the top one here, it says basically everything to do with blowing your nose. I mean, most of our bodily habits are kind of gross to other people. Another one would be jamming your finger in your ear. I mean, sometimes it itches like crazy and you just need to shove a finger right up in that ear.
Same with the eye.
I don't really.
Do you guys ever have eyegasms?
Yeah, but I don't think they're disgusting.
Like a twitchy eye, or
No, like when you've got something in your eye and you just like really get in there and rub it.
Yeah, but I don't think that's disgusting.
Well, it kind of is.
Unless you're flicking eye boogers.
Yeah, flicking eye boogers. That's gross.
this person says, when I drive in a car by myself, I sometimes just scream and make funny noises to relieve stress.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, sometimes if you're driving alone, I don't know, like I do like just like do accents or whatever to myself. And like
You need to get
Brandon, I'm
Or like-
so glad you said that. That makes me feel so much better about myself. I do the same thing. If I'm alone. There's been a couple of times where I've been alone and I thought I was alone and I was not. People are like, "What are you doing?
yeah,
Who
I'll
are
just
you
get a
like,
talking
like
dash
to?"
cam,
talk
but,
in
like,
a funny
turn it
voice
around.
or whatever. And
Yeah.
like
I didn't know you were Northern Irish. It's like, oh no, I'm not. Please forgive me.
your wife like gets the dash cam footage and be like, who the fuck was in the car with you?
Well, okay, so actually, I want to dig into this some more, Brandon. What do you say? Because you know what
That's private.
I mine ends up being like. Now I feel embarrassed. It ends up being like what shitty lines you would hear in like 1980s action movies in various accents.
mine is just like I'll get like a phrase in my head or whatever, and I'll just
Yeah.
say it like different ways. And
Oh,
like
I like
I don't know.
I like that.
Or like something I hear on the radio or whatever, it'll, be like, like no money down, and it'll be like no money down, no, or whatever. Like I'll just
Yeah. No,
like a random phrase, like just do it in different ways.
Huh. I don't know that I've ever
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
so much better than us.
No, like I sing.
I'm kidding,
I
I'm
definitely
kidding.
sing, and I think sometimes if I'm on my way to something, I'll do scripted conversations out loud. Like I think like this is what I want to say when I get there.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know about you guys. We've definitely talked about this before, but like while you're silently like driving somewhere, a memory from like who knows how long ago of like a negative interaction, you're like, oh, motherfucker, I should have said. And then you like try out a few phrases. There's nothing
You like
more.
replay it in your head, and like,
Yeah.
like,
Why
oh,
does
if it
why
had
do I-
come from
Life
this way,
is
I
a
could have said this.
highway.
And
Yeah. Oh man.
then, this person says smelling your armpits to see if you stink.
Yeah.
I think that's more courteous than anything. I do it. I don't think it's just maybe I'm just defensive. But
The answer is always.
This person says nose
Put your
picking.
legs
Why
up,
does
be
every
like-
little kid instinctively do it? It has to be natural and hardwired into our brains.
Wait, what was it?
Oh, this person says nose picking. Why does every little kid instinctively do it? It has to be natural and hardwired into our brains.
it's a foreign object that you want to get out because it inhibits your ability
out
to
of there.
breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be different to be like snot rockets.
Yeah, snot rockets.
That's the easiest way to do it, and then you don't dirty a tissue, since you guys all have bidets and don't need them. It's like you got to get it out some way.
Have you gotten
Bring
on
back the
the
snot rocket.
bidet train yet, Matt?
Fuck no. I am not
Missing out,
shooting
man.
water in my butthole. Sorry, guys.
So call me weird.
Yeah, bidets. Bidets.
Bidets.
Get your poop water everywhere.
So if you so my sister-in-law is a big proponent. We got to get her on the show. She's a lot of fun. But she was like, let me get this straight. If you stepped in shit, would you use a dry napkin to wipe it off, or would you hose it off with water?
Neither.
Well, and it's on your skin. Like if you got shit on your hand, would you just wipe it off
Well,
with a napkin? Or
Are we talking about on our shoe or on our foot?
She's saying on your shoe.
Yeah, I just scuff it through the grass. That's what I do.
Is that what you do with your
you just
asshole?
drag your ass through the lawn? Like
Yeah.
a like a
You
dog.
just take the dog with
Take the dog approach.
Matt, get off the carpet.
Effective.
Oh, who's that comedian?
Oh.
There's a comedian that has a bit about how if men had periods, how mean women would be to men about that. Oh God, what's her name? She's a great
We used
political
to.
commentator.
William Knifeman has a whole thing in Reservation Dogs about how we used to have man moons.
Oh,
And then the white man came and we lost our sacred way.
do we have that sound clip?
I was trying to find it. Oh, there.
It's too late. There is.
That's good.
That's what I was gonna.
We even have special toilets for it in the Netherlands, plateau toilets. How your poop looks can say so much about your health. It should be normalized to check your doo-doo.
Yeah.
And this person replies saying, in Germany, they're called flachspüler, and I have one.
Why does everything sound so stupid in German? All right, there's a toilet. A
Or
toilet
flachspüler?
specifically.
I don't.
A toilet specifically
well, you look
for
up the
poop.
German one.
Flachspüler.
I've seen them. They have like kind of a shelf sort of thing, and then like
Wait,
the water
what?
pushes it down into the hole. Look up well, the German way is flachspü with a umlaut ler.
I'm just getting advertisements for the squatty potty.
Or a plateau toilet.
Was that what it? That did come up.
Das ist ein Flachspüler. Why is? Oh,
Yeah, basically the
those-
hole is like at the front of the tank instead of
Yeah.
the rear, like our toilets.
so that you can look at
And-
it.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, like
So your poop hits the back and it like smears.
yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing. That's disgusting. What if you had diarrhea? It's just like
do you remember when? So
You'd be like,
in our youth, Brandon. Actually, I don't know if you participated in this, but Matt and I definitely did. When we would send pictures of in our group thread, we would just randomly.
I almost
send
sent you guys one the other day.
I almost sent you guys one the other day, but
It was definitely a psyllium husk win.
but that would make those a lot more entertaining if
This
they were
seems
not
like it would
in
be
water.
hard to flush. Like,
Well,
what if
it must
gets,
be? I think the flushing
stuck?
mechanism. I think what happens is there's a heavy cascade of water from the back to get everything.
To push everything down the
Yeah.
hole.
Although it does sound
I
good.
don't believe this is a good design. I just don't.
Well, but I think the intention
can-
is to be able to inspect your poo
You
because
can inspect
like
it
what
when
the,
it's floating in the water.
not as well. You can get in
So
there.
does it just like land smack on the?
would it,
Yeah.
would it have like a
Well, and again, what if you're having a Taco Bell kind of day? It would like you're hitting it against a hard canvas. It's going to splash back.
Matt, yours would always be a Jackson Pollock.
It's like you're hitting it with a pressure washer. Sandblasting the toilet.
Plateau toilet, and I'm assuming what in the Netherlands they all use bidets as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I would imagine so. They've got saunas.
This one says, "Thanks, I hate Dutch toilets."
This person says about the toilets. They said also prevents Poseidon's kiss.
That's like,
I didn't know that was called that. Poseidon's kiss.
I was like, I'm gonna start using that. Did you? I think, Jake, it was you that showed us there was like this animation film festival, and it comes out, and like the little water droplet comes up and like kisses the balls. It's like,
it's a good one. Oh man, Poseidon's kiss is really, really good.
I did see. Speaking of toilets, I did see in Thailand, like my worst nightmare recently happened is a guy got taken to the emergency room because when he sat down, a python bit his testicles, and they showed the python, and it was like 6 feet long. I was like, nope.
Just
that's
kill.
That's the shit.
Me.
Nightmares.
Just
like nightmares.
Put a bullet in the back of my head. And call it a day.
How do you poop again without being like?
Yeah, that's big T trauma.
I'm gonna hover. I'm hovering for my entire life. I'm gonna sit my phone out like this and just like monitor, like make sure nothing coming out.
And with modern like U.S. toilets, you're looking under the ridge, of the toilet, being like,
Did he put some poppets under here or whatever?
Well, I guess that's the nice thing about the plateau toilet is the holes in front of you, so you can kind of look down and see. You can keep an eye on the situation.
Well, also, do they have snakes in Netherlands? Do they have snakes? It seems like a spot that might not have snakes.
Yeah, I doubt they have many. They have them during the summer.
That's why the little Dutch boy has his finger in the dike to keep the snakes out.
Well,
was that the reason? Oh God!
Little Dutch boy fearing Poseidon's kiss.
God!
All right.
All right. Let's get another question.
You got a quick one?
Okay. Well,
when I think of the little Dutch boy, I think of who is the kid? Who is Chief Wiggum's kid?
Ralph.
Ralph.
If there was a Dutch boy, that's in my head.
I'm in
Ralph.
danger.
I'm keeping the snakes out.
I did have a longer like advice one, so I'll just skip that one. We can do that next time. But
no one wants to hear advice from us.
Here's a quickie. This is from No Stupid Questions. Appropriate username. No Insurance 6436. They ask, how are you supposed to reply to? Do you know how fast you were going? When you get pulled over speeding, police often ask something like, do you know how fast you were going? Legally, what's the best way to answer? Is it an admission of guilt to say yes? Is it better to say no and sound like an incompetent driver?
I would just turn and be like, fast enough. You could keep up with me, I guess.
So you're not supposed I'm this is not official legal advice. I am not a lawyer, but you're not supposed to admit guilt, because then they'll just write you a ticket. You can say...
You just say, am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Yeah. What's your probable cause?
Yeah, you just...
I'm traveling.
Yeah.
fucking
I have a
shithead
legal
and start
right to
filming
travel.
them back. Oh, you got a body cam? I got a camera too. Oh yeah, what are you doing? Huh?
What
Yeah.
are those called?
And you get ripped out of the
Sovereign
car.
citizen.
The sovereign citizens, yeah.
Yeah.
The Article 35F of the Constitution says that.
Yeah, do that. Just become argumentative
Yeah,
immediately.
just be a real jerk about it. No, I think you're not supposed to admit guilt.
You're not supposed to answer any questions.
Yeah. Well, you could say
You
I don't
ask,
ask.
you ask
I
them
don't answer
retort questions. Why am I
You
being
could say
pulled
maybe. Do you know how fast you're going?
over?
Maybe. I don't know how any of this shit works.
There letter. I think the show is technically Letter Kenny, but there's a show a character called Shorzy that he's
Shorzy,
like,
yeah.
he like berates a hot chick to. He's like, "Wow, how'd you get a ticket?" He's like, "Hot chicks don't get tickets." He goes, and he like demonstrates like what she's supposed to do, and he's like, "Sorry." And then bites the lower lip. He's like, "Then you don't have to get a ticket." So that's what you do. Bite your lower lip. Say you're sorry. You're not supposed to answer. You're not supposed to admit to anything. If you get pulled over. So if you say, the one time I did, I knew how fast I was going and it was over the speed limit. And I was like, yep, you can just give me the ticket because I was going X amount over the speed limit. But you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you also be dismissive. Yep, I know. I did this. Anyway, get out of here.
I do hate when you're driving on the freeway and there's a cop on the side of the road and everybody just like slams on their brakes, like right around the cop. It's like, you can keep going. Like, you don't have to like hold up traffic and bottleneck everything.
Right. Even if people don't, it's so Pavlovian because even if you're not going over the speed limit, people still see a cop and they slam on their brakes because they have no idea how fast they're going.
Well, it's that, but it's also like inadvertently causing a hazard and safety concerns by doing that. Because like, oh shit, there's a cop. Better go 5 below. I was like, you were just going 2 over. Who cares?
Yeah.
God.
I've heard. I mean, I don't know what. I'm sure it's just totally the cop's discretion on who they want to pull over. But I've heard there's like a 10% buffer. Like if you're like, as long as you're not exceeding the speed limit by like 10 or 15% or something like that, they won't pull you over. But I mean. They'll do what they want.
Know in Arizona, if you're going 20 over, it's an automatic felony. Like you go to jail 20 over.
What?
Immediately straight to jail.
What
That's
if you're
crazy.
like,
wait, how can a state have
like,
a felony?
I don't know. It's Arizona. They do whatever they want.
I know, but felonies are federal.
No, not necessarily. Like, yeah, states can
issue felonies,
enact.
Oh, why did I think? I don't. Maybe I just made that up in my head.
Well, think about it. Think about it like marijuana, right? Like it's up to the states.
Oh, sure,
That's good. Have their own laws, and each state is like, oh, in Washington we can't grow our own plants, but in Oregon they can grow their own.
Well, you're right.
If
you're right.
You get caught here,
I don't know why I had that in my head. All right. Well, I don't know.
That's why Jake's not a lawyer. We are. We can give you legal advice.
Yeah. PP and Brandon.
PP poo poo. DAPC.
Well, you know what? People can't see that, I guess, when we play this back. True. But the Matt's name is on my screen anyways, says PP poo poo.
So the primary difference between state and federal felony is jurisdiction. State felonies violate state laws and are prosecuted locally, while federal felonies break federal laws, often involving crossing state lines, federal property, or specific national statutes.
Interesting.
Federal felonies generally carry harsher mandatory minimum penalties and often require serving at least 85% of the sentence without parole, whereas state systems have more variability.
Boy, Brandon, was that? Did you get that?
That
Where did you get
that
that
was
from?
AI. So this should be AI overview on Google. So
Okay.
we'll have to
Well,
flip
it's
the switch.
disclosed, so we'll add that to the fucking episode. God damn it.
So when you get
overview.
pulled over, be like, "You have no jurisdiction here," and drive away.
Yeah.
I am the law.
Okay, so I started watching The Expendables 4 last night, and so Sylvester Stallone's in it, and so's 50 Cent for some reason. He's like introduced. I'll admit, I had been looking at the stars on the patio before I started watching it, and I came in and everything like it's such a dumb movie. Like everything's a one-liner. Like car blows up, he's like, "Whoa, don't lose your head over that," or like, you know, everything. And I was like, all right, when's this gonna end? Nope, it just kept going. Like the whole fucking movie is a one line. I was like,
yeah, that sounds about right. Though there's
or like a car blows up and 50 Cent is like, it's also like really terrible sound stage acting. Like they're in 50 cals on these side by sides and a car blows up behind him and 50 Cent is literally, you can tell that he's in a controlled environment. He's like, wow, that looked hot. And it sounded like he was like, what, I just recorded now? Okay. It was like, it was so bad. Don't watch Expendable 4.
It's also crazy how much like there's a lot of budget for, like, think about getting all those stars on this in the same place at the same time. That costs
you get Jason
so much
Statham,
money.
Dolph Lundgren, Sylvester Stallone, 50 Cent. Who else is in it? I feel like there's some
Jet
other
Li
people.
still in it?
No.
Hmm.
And Sylvester Stallone dies. Spoiler alert.
Megan Fox, Andy Garcia,
Well, yeah, Megan Fox is in it.
Randy Couture.
Well, that's right. Yeah, Randy the Body Couture.
If you're looking up another AI overview, so help me God.
No.
Hard facts, Jacob.
Hard
Michael
facts.
Bean. They got Bean.
Yeah, Mr. Bean's in it.
Actually, this cast doesn't seem as star-studded as some of the earlier entries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you read that script, you'd probably say pass too. Or Stallone's like, nah, just kill me off. Like,
Yeah, he's like, I'm done.
I'm happy to die in a plane crash.
I thought Stallone was one of the main drivers of that franchise.
He is, but I think that's why it ended on the fourth one.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm looking who's in the third one. You've got Mel Gibson, Wesley Snipes, Harrison Ford,
Damn.
Antonio Banderas, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jet Li. Yeah, it's
God
got
damn.
more stacked cast. Kelsey Grammer, Terry
Well, good.
Crews,
Really add some education with Frasier.
Mickey Rourke. God, this is a terrible picture of Mickey Rourke that they have on Google.
Anyway.
It looks like a mask of Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think I've seen the picture that you're talking about. I don't know why. I don't know why Google has to do that to old Mickey.
I love it when Google does that. It's like, oh, I want to look up pictures of so and so, and it pulls the worst ones, and I was like, yes, you deserve that.
Well, also it looks like he's wearing like a hat that's way too small for his head. Anyway,
it's like a fascinator. He's like a racehorse or something.
Kinda. I should send you guys this picture. It's really horrible.
Send it in chat. Well, our viewers can't see chat. Either way, look up Mickey Rourke from Expendables 3.
If you look up Mickey Rourke on the Rotten Tomatoes website, it's the picture that they use. So
he looks like a rotten tomato.
Damn. Throwing shade. What do you think? Is that an episode? That sort of it sort of ended on a decrescendo. What do people? What do the comments say? Like, I'm sure some lawyer jumps in and is like, actually, what you should do, like actual advice. Oh
yeah, I just sent it into our Discord. So, anyway,
It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit.
Yeah.
Like
Leatherface,
Leatherface.
Mickey Rourke.
I mean, the thing is, like, we're all going in that direction. Like, all of our features are going to slowly
No,
become
I mean,
non-feature.
we haven't had our faces cut on. I guess you have, but I haven't.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, Jake's had work done.
Yeah. As you
It's
can
still
tell.
holding up.
Yeah, the top one, the top answer here is officer. I believe I was going the speed limit. Don't say what your speed was or what you thought the limit was. Just say you thought you were following the law and nothing else. Which seems like a reasonable answer.
I am the law.
I like that one the best. Or like, you hate me because I'm a confident black woman. And then drive away.
Yep.
This person says-
that'll go over well.
At least in Germany, when you commit a misdemeanor intentionally, the fine is double to what it is. When you commit it due to negligent, wait, what? This is really
Who says they do it intentionally? Nope, that was me.
In
I did
Germany. Well,
And-
what I was doing is I was going above the speed limit on purpose because I don't care about you.
In Germany, this
You know what?
question
That's
is
still
usually a way
believable,
to
though.
establish intent. Saying yes may prove to be costly. So I think it's if you're being intentional,
Yeah.
then they.
So in
Like you're driving
Germany,
the
when
cop
they
and
say,
flipping them off, like,
do you know how fast you're going? You're like, what? I was going fast?
Was ist das?
Was ist das?
I was on the way to the party, and
Nein.
Well, I mean, Germany, they've got the Autobahn, which has no speed limit. So
Yeah.
if you're cruising on that, you shouldn't get pulled over.
I've been on the Autobahn. That's a crazy place. Cars go, they go fast.
they get after it.
Yeah. Also, like if you see a little like Peugeot coming at like 90 miles an hour, that's scary.
Death warrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy says, as a guy with over 40 years of driving experience, I always respond to the police with honesty and humility for a routine traffic stop. I have far more often been let off with a warning versus ticket in those scenarios. Trying to be cute with the police generally won't work and or will backfire on you. One of my favorite stories came from a DA. Guy had been stopped late at night and was asked to do a drunk driving test, i.e. walk a straight line. He said to the cop that he could do that on his hands. He was a former college gymnast, so cop told him to go for it. The guy did it flawlessly until a vial of Coke fell out of his pockets.
Damn. Flew a little too close to the sun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess just play dumb.
Treat everything like Reno 911. Boom, step. Boom, step, step.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think based on our expert legal advice there, I think that's an episode.
Play
Go
dumb.
fast.
That was
Don't die.
The walkaway is play dumb. That's good.
Yeah.
You come here for the best advice.
Oh, was I driving? Huh.
Sorry, I just woke up. I have no idea.
It's crazy. I must have had a stroke or something.
Well, hey there, Ossifer. Didn't see you pull up.
What if he could
So-
blame technology, I just have it on autopilot or whatever, and it was doing its own thing.
They'll get
Hey, what
you.
about the self-driving Teslas? Have people
Yeah.
gotten pulled over in those?
I'm sure you could if they saw that you were asleep or something behind the wheel.
Apparently, Tesla does a good job. Jesus. Tesla, the technology in the car is good about identifying if you're, and this is a little spooky, but whether your eyes are on the road or not. So you're supposed to, so with self-driving, you're supposed to not be on your phone or sleeping. And apparently it does a pretty good job at, or jerking off.
Cranking the hog.
You've got a full Playboy centerfold unfolded in front of you.
Just blocking out the sun. Sorry, it's just so bright coming through.
Your Tesla talks to you. Oh yeah.
Your heads-up display is
Yeah.
My
But
stepmom came in.
I think we talked about this, but you get disciplined by, at least with
Ooh.
Teslas. It's like if you try to use your phone too many times, it's like, all right, well, you lose your privileges for 24 hours. And so then you
What?
have to drive. Yeah. And it's like $100 a month to have that feature turned on in your car.
Oh, well, I thought you meant it was default. I'm not going to pay to be disciplined. Who would do that?
Yeah, who would do that? Oh my God.
Set off
Yeah,
the
Tesla,
airbag.
I've been a bad boy. Take me, Plaid.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, and thank you to our loyal patrons for supporting the show. If you haven't already, head over to Patreon at patreon.com/qualifiednonsense to show your support and catch some exclusive content, including our new show, Qualified Nonsense After Dark. Watch us over on YouTube at youtube.com/@qualifiednonsense. Also, feel free to send any questions or comments to qualifiednonsense@gmail.com or hit us up on our socials or on Discord found in the episode description. After you've done all that, please also rate, review, share, like, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We'll see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Qualified Nonsense. I just spit. Hawk 2.
Gross, bad habits. Spit on that thing.
Oh no.